Hey there, design enthusiasts. We are interior design lovers who's super excited to dive into the world of AI-powered space transformation with you today. In this 10-minute creative tutorial, we're about to witness how artificial intelligence can revolutionize the way we design our living rooms. Get ready to be inspired as we turn an ordinary living space into a dreamy haven with the help of cutting-edge generative AI tools. Our target space is a 22 square meter rectangular living room. Currently, it suffers from several issues. The lighting is quite poor, especially in the corner near the old-fashioned bookshelf. The layout is a mess, with a bulky sofa that blocks the natural flow of traffic, and the overall style is stuck in the early 2000s with faded wallpaper and worn-out carpet. The homeowner has a clear vision. They want a modern-style living room that's both minimalist and cozy, with plenty of hidden storage to keep the space clutter-free. They also hope for a space that can serve as a great area for both relaxation and small-scale social gatherings. Then we decided to use AI to simulate the transformed renderings. There are a lot of AI software out there that can do these things, and I've listed some of them in the picture that we can use together to complete the task. AI is a total game changer in the interior design world, and here's why. First, in terms of efficiency, traditional design methods can be really time-consuming. Think about it. A designer might spend hours sketching out initial ideas, and then there are countless rounds of revisions. But with AI, we can get 3 different design schemes in just 1 hour. It's like having a super fast creative assistant that never gets tired. When it comes to creativity, AI has the amazing ability to break through human-made boundaries. It can blend global design styles effortlessly. For example, it can take elements of Nordic minimalism, like the clean lines and neutral colors, and mix them with the warmth and simplicity of Japanese wabi-sabi style. The result? A unique hybrid style that you might not have even thought was possible if you were just relying on your own brain power. And let's not forget about personalization. AI can analyze your preferences, whether you're into bold colors, natural materials, or specific textures, and then use that data to create a design that's tailor-made for you. It's like having a designer who really gets you, maybe even better than you get yourself sometimes. For this project, we're using RoomGPT. Here's why we chose it. RoomGPT is specifically focused on interior space simulation, which makes it perfect for our living room transformation. It's also really user-friendly, so even if you're new to AI design tools, you can jump right in and start creating. Let's take a look at its key features through a quick operation demo. First, we can upload the original photos of our living room. Then, we enter our prompt, things like modern style, dark brown tones, minimalist with hidden storage solutions. We can also play around with parameters, like the level of detail we want in the furniture or the intensity of the lighting effects. This tool is a powerhouse for quickly generating visual schemes that can serve as the basis for our dream living room. First, we need to get our materials. We have the original photos of the living room, along with the exact dimensions. It's 22 square meters, as we mentioned. Our demand keywords are dark brown tone, minimalist, with hidden storage. Now, let's see how we input these into RoomGPT. We upload the photos, and then in the prompt box, we carefully type in our keywords. It's important to be as precise as possible here, because the accuracy of the keywords really affects the results. For example, if we just say minimalist versus minimalist with warm lighting, we'll get very different designs. The first might be a bit stark, while the second will have that cozy, inviting feel we're going for. Let's walk through the AI output stages. The first draft was a bit rough, but had some really interesting creative seeds. It had a unique idea for a floating TV unit, but the color of the walls was all wrong, too bright for our dark brown tone vision. Then, we did an iteration. We added a new prompt, curved sofa plus backlit shelves. And wow, what a difference! The space became so much more dynamic. The curved sofa softened the lines of the room, and the backlit shelves added a cool, modern ambience. When we look at the details, it's amazing how AI handles things like color matching, furniture layout, and lighting layers. For instance, it took our dark brown wall idea and made a gradient transition with a light gray floor. This simple trick solved the problem of the space feeling too depressing that we had with the original layout. Now, let's do a side-by-side comparison of the original and the transformed space. The original had poor lighting and a clunky layout, while the new design has increased the usable light catching area by 30%. We also added 2 hidden storage cabinets, one under the new curved sofa and another behind a cleverly designed wall panel. And it's not just about looks. We also need to talk about expectations versus reality. We never thought AI would come up with the idea of a floating TV unit, but it turned out to be a game changer, saving space and becoming a real visual focal point. Of course, there were some surprises too. The AI initially suggested a glass wall partition, but we realized that in reality, it might not be feasible due to the building structure. But that's all part of the process. Reflect on AI as a virtual designer. Pros, cons, and potential. Pros. AI has some serious advantages as a virtual designer. It can churn out multiple design schemes in a flash, which is perfect for when you need to brainstorm ideas. It's like having a whole team of designers at your fingertips. Also, because it's data-driven, it can avoid some common design blind spots. For example, in a small living room like ours, it can use algorithms to figure out the best furniture layout to avoid traffic jams and make the most of the space. Cons. But AI isn't perfect. One big issue is that it doesn't really understand the practical side of things. It might come up with a beautiful design, but if it involves super expensive materials or complex construction techniques, it's not going to work in the real world. Like that glass wall partition we mentioned earlier. It looked great in the virtual design, but real-life constraints made it impossible. Another thing is that AI lacks the human touch when it comes to emotional connections. Let's say the homeowner had a sentimental attachment to an old family heirloom, like a vintage armchair. The AI might not initially factor that into the design, whereas a human designer would find a way to incorporate it and tell a story. Potential. The future of AI in design is really exciting, though. We can look forward to a more collaborative approach where AI acts as a creative assistant to human designers. Designers can focus on adding that emotional depth and making sure the design is feasible in the real world, while AI handles the bulk of the creative generation and data-driven optimizations. As AI continues to learn, especially about niche needs and cultural specificities, it has the potential to create designs that are not only beautiful, but also deeply personal and in tune with our unique lifestyles. So, to wrap things up, AI isn't here to replace human designers. Instead, it's a powerful tool that opens up new dimensions in interior design. It allows even regular people to preview their dream homes at a low cost and experiment with designs they might never have thought of on their own. All right, that's it for our AI-driven living room transformation tutorial. I hope you're as excited as I am to go out and start designing with AI. Thanks for watching and happy designing.